Hello, my name is David Johns, and in this tutorial I will be explaining how to 3D model chainmail in Autodesk Maya. So after opening Maya, the first thing you want to do is create a polygonal torus. Let's just drag it out on the grid, and we can edit its section radius first. This is about right. You can edit it. It doesn't need to be exactly this, but these are about the proportions you're going to want. We can edit it further in the polygon torus. I actually think I'm going to make it a little smaller just so it's easier. Alright, cool. Your subdivision axes, your subdivisions both on your axes and your height can be modified further. It won't matter. Really, depending on what you want to use this model for, you can edit it to whatever degree you want. I'm just going to put 30 and 30. Just have it be smooth enough that it looks pretty round. At this point, we're going to rotate this on our, using the rotate tool by pressing E, at a 45-degree angle. I'm just going to go into my Z view, and if you hold down J while pressing the yellow circle, rotating using the yellow circle, you can get it to exactly a 45-degree angle, and that's what we're going to use for this. So at this point, we have one link in this chainmail, and that's this one torus. At this point, we want to make more links, and we want to make it so that it can be a pattern that we can duplicate. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to duplicate this multiple times over, and I'm going to explain how to do that. But first off, we need to make like the first iteration of our pattern. So we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to move it over. And at this point, we want to make it so that this kind of is at the opposite angle as the first ring that we have in this general model. So we're going to press J. I'm going to rotate this at exactly so that it's at the opposite angle as this one. If this was at 45 degrees, this would be at 315 degrees, or negative 45 degrees. Alright, cool. So we have that, and at this point, we need to understand how we're going to duplicate this further. So we're going to take these, and we're going to duplicate them. We're going to move them over here. But we're not just going to move them over here. We're going to move them about here, so that they're linking. And that's how we're going to duplicate it. If we select these, and we duplicate them again, we can get it to be like this. And so on and so forth. Now, what I just did was to duplicate them multiple times, and have to basically repeat the same duplication. So, this process is pretty easy, very easy. You just duplicate it, you go to your move tool, you duplicate by pressing Control D, and then you move your original one on one axis over. And then you press Shift D to duplicate it again. And you can continue doing that for as many times as you want. Now at this point, we're going to duplicate this again, but we're going to duplicate it on the other axis. So we get a 2D, or kind of a 2D sheet of metal, or chainmail. So we're going to Control D to duplicate again. Then we're going to move this over. Very good. And now at this point, we have our chainmail. Now, let's just go ahead and texture this and render it. I see no reason not to. Let's just first combine them. You can combine them by going up to this tool. And now we're just going to move these to the grid. So at this point, we're going to create a plane. going to move the plane down. And we're going to move the sides of the plane. We're going to move those sides up. We're also going to move these sides out, as well as these sides, just so we can't see outside of this plane. Cool. So at this point, we're going to assign this plane a new material, but before we do that, we're also going to move these sides up a little bit. Assign this plane a new material. Let's just go with the thong. Why not? And then we're going to increase the color here. And then we're going to assign our chainmail sheet a new material. We're going to go down to Arnold. We're going to click AI Standard. At this point, we're going to go to Presets. And we're going to click on AI Chrome. And now, of course, we need to light our scene. We're just going to go with a simple lighting setup. Just a sky dome light. And now when we go to our IPR view, our chainmail will look metallic. So that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please let me know why. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.